time. Well, good afternoon, good evening. This is Slow Guide Wine Seminar number 51. And welcome, Andrew Ashurst, the brand
Hello.
ambassador. Hello.
Hello, how are you? You okay?
Very well. And you? All
Good.
fine?
Very well. Yep, brilliant, superb. Really pleased to be here with you. Hello, lovely people from Warsaw, as I can see. Lovely, good.
Great. Great. So let's move as this is something really interesting today. A new denomination that is born or will be born.
Will be born.
Will be born. Right.
Yep.
Clàssic Penedès, guys.
Yep.
Andrew, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If anyone has any questions, you can try and put them into the chat. And if not, if you would like to wait until the end and you can ask me questions, there's absolutely no problem whatsoever. Okay, so Clàssic Penedès, right? Peter, could you please change to the next slide? So yeah, so what Peter just said is that it will, or we want it to be, the next Catalan DO. Now, this is obviously a long process. At the moment, the wines of Clàssic Penedès are agglomerated within DO Penedès, and we have just initialized the process to become the next sparkling wine DO in Catalonia. Please. So, for those of you who don't know, the Penedès is historically a sparkling wine region. Phylloxera hit the Penedès wine region in 1887. And from that point on, when we grafted varieties onto the American rootstock to defeat, in a way, Phylloxera, what we were planting or grafting onto the vines were white varieties, our autochthonous varieties such as Xarel·lo, Macabeo, and Parellada. Now, this, as I said, we're going back to 1887. So this is a region that historically and continuously has made sparkling wines since then. Now, why the creation of a new designation of origin? One thing is to exemplify the power and prestige that we have in the area for making top quality sparkling wines. And also, as we know, Penedès is sometimes or somewhat misunderstood. So this new designation of origin would bring together a lot of other groups, and obviously this is one of the main objectives. Please. When we talk about Clàssic Penedès, we have to talk about autochthonous varieties, which we've already said. We have to talk about the traditional method, or the second fermentation in the bottle, but also we want to include ancestral methods. Why? Because they also, we can also talk about typicity of grape varieties in ancestral methods. Ancestral method is with the first fermentation actually finishing in the bottle. When we talk about the Clàssic Penedès, this new project, we're talking about 100% from the region, exclusively from the Penedès wine region, 100% reserve wines, which means that there's going to be a minimum aging of 18 months in the cellar on lees, and which is extremely important to Clàssic Penedès wine growers, is that we want it to be 100% organic. Now, you've got to take into consideration that DO Penedès are already moving in that direction, and by 2025 they want to be 100% organic. Clàssic Penedès the wineries that are already in Clàssic Penedès are already 100% organic. So this for us is a big move forward, talking about obviously things like sustainability and also climate change. So I think it's going to be good fun. I think it's going to be a wine region to keep your eyes open for. Very innovative in so many ways, and obviously trying to look forward and obviously look into environmental issues. Peter? We are what we are. We are wine growers. We create, we plant the vines, and this is what we want to do. We want to plant the vines, we want to take care of the vine growers, and we want to take our wines and our vines to the end process. So it's literally, as you would say in chocolate making, you would say from bean to bar. Here you would say from vine to glass. So we want all the process completely covered. And this is, as you know, this is what we are within the DO. Peter? The territory and the identity. We have three main pillars. We always talk about terroir. In Catalan, it would be terrer, right? Terrer, T-E-R-R-E-R, terrer. And we say vins de terrer, which are wines of terroir, because the English, we don't have a word for this lovely concept. But you have to take into consideration that we are talking about a territory, which is a region, which I'll explain in one moment. We are talking about varieties that have already been accepted onto the regulations, and we are talking about people and economy. So when we're talking about people and economy, we are talking about this fourth leg, as I would call it, because when we're talking about terroir or terroir, we're talking about land, we're talking about grape varieties, we're talking about climate, and also we're talking about people. People is usually the one that is left out, but people are extremely important. Peter? So when it comes to territories, if you can go to the next one. Penedès is 45 minutes from Barcelona, 45 minutes from Tarragona. We have an area behind us that obviously would probably culminate with Montserrat, which if you ever come to the region, you would have to see the 4 points or the 4 different areas, or these different points that I've just explained. So obviously starting with one river, which is River Gaia, another river, which is River Llobregat. Behind us, we have Montserrat, and then we have the Mediterranean Sea. So that is why we say we are between mountains and the sea. We go from 0 meters above sea level to around about 800 meters above sea level, and we have all different types of mesoclimates within the area. Please. When it comes to varieties, can you just ask it? We try to promote the native, local, indigenous, there are so many autochthonous varieties from the region. I think I mentioned before Xarel·lo, Macabeu, Parellada. We also have Sumoll, we have also Malvasia, we have other varieties, we have Monastrell, we have Muscatell. So we have a variety of cultivars that we can use that are really native to the Mediterranean coast and Penedès. In the future, there's also going to be, or in the future, or even now, at the moment, we also have other varieties like Moneu and Forcada, which are new varieties that have just been accepted. Can you go on to the next one, please? When it comes to people, we as I've said before, we're talking about sustainability, we're talking about climate change. This is why we have to care for our terre, right? Our terre, what I said before. Remember this word, yeah? Terrer, terre, which is an equivalent to terroir. We have to take care of this, and therefore this is why we are 100% organic, but we have to make sure that we take care of the people that takes care of this terre. So therefore, we need to integrate better prices, or at least decent prices. Could be an equivalent to like fair trade or something like that. We have to care for farmers that have their own vineyards. So therefore, we're not going through a process and then we're just buying the bottles at the end of the process. So it's not an industrialized process. We're talking about a very it's a process that we take meticulous care from the vine until the bottle, that we know the vineyards that we're using, they have been leased and or leased, or you could say rented if you don't understand the word leased, and they have been leased on a minimum of 5-year contracts. This is the way that we think that if we take care of the farmers, it's going to give us better quality grapes to make better quality sparkling wines, and therefore more prestigious sparkling wines on the international markets. As I said before, we're going to be looking at 100% organic grapes, and obviously we're not talking about like natural wines, right? But we are talking about 100% organic grapes, because now we're talking about enology. But the thing is that people have to take into consideration is it's going to be, the vinification is going to be 100% controlled. So I think this is a main aspect when it comes to winemaking or enology. As I said before, controlling the vineyard, having good contacts, and also having good communication with the wine growers or the vine growers, and then being able to take that good raw material, which are good grapes or excellent grapes, to make excellent sparkling wines. Next, please. So, I think it's all been said, but I think we're going to cover 2 more aspects that I haven't mentioned already. Remember, we did say that it's going to be 100% reserve. So 100% reserve, as you can see in the photo, this is when we're aging the wines down in the caves, and it's going to be for a minimum of 18 months. The wines are going to be 100% vintage based. So therefore, we're going to have a vintage on the bottle, and also we are going to have a disgorgement date on the back label as well, which is very, very important for the consumer. A lot of people may not know, but usually we're talking about maybe a year, year and a half, 2 years even, depending how that bottle is kept. But therefore, it's going to be an indicator in wine shops that those products have been aged for those months and it's been disgorged on that date, and therefore it hasn't sat on a shelf for 4, 5, 6 years. When we're talking about disgorgement date, we're talking about giving the end consumer the information that that product has been disgorged and has been put on the market at such a date. So therefore, we will know if that is a fresh product or if it's obviously been just kept on a shelf. Therefore, we can obviously take it off shelves. Okay, next. So, just to summarize up, we are talking about the next DO. It will, or it's going through the initial processes. It has to go through a obviously now talks and negotiations within the area. Then it goes to the autonomical area of Catalonia. Then after that, it goes to the ministry in Spain. And then after that, it will go to Europe. So how long will it take? We don't know. We're on the right path, yes, because we're trying to make something that is unique to a specific area. And I think this is one of the strong points. So we're talking about 100% organic, 100% area, taking care of people, and making top quality sparkling wines. Those are the four main areas that you have to go away with when you obviously taste all the wines, and hopefully you'll go away with today.
Okay, thank you very much, Andrew. Just two questions. First, the EU is about to decrease the number of the denominations, right, in Europe, just to make the picture clearer to the end consumer. And in this situation, do you think they will allow you?
At the end of the day, it's a sometimes it's a political process. It's not a logical process. Maybe they may accept it. They may not. They may want to make everything smaller and obviously not have so many designations of origin. I think in Spain there was just another designation of origin or pagos that was just created. I think 2 weeks ago or something like that. So honestly. With all the I think in Spain at the moment we have something between 65 and 70 something designations of origin. If we look at other regions in Europe, I think in some places we can go up to 400 different designations of origin. So will they allow it to happen? It depends how logical the designation is. And I have no fear that the DO Clàssic Penedès is a logical move forward to try and bring winemakers together that want to concentrate on one unique territory, as it happens in Franciacorta, as it happens in Champagne. So, and we know that this region can be sometimes complicated to explain, but to bring everything together and make it a logical process, I have no doubt. Will it be accepted? Who knows?
Okay. So this, I mean, the unique region, right? The one only, and the quality, right? And these are the main features. Okay. Have first questions coming in chat.
Keep fingers crossed. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jolanta.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it will make things clearer in the region. We cannot criticize what's happened in the past. We've just got to try and move forward. It's not an easy area to explain. And I think this will actually, when we talk about trying to make less designations of origin and make it easier for the end consumer, we got, as I just said, we got to remember that in places like France, there are a lot of appellations contrôlées. And therefore, that is not easy for the consumer. We understand. But this is not a complicated way, or it's not a complicated designation of origin. It's just trying to bring together something that already exists and is already there on the table. It's actually to make it easier for the consumer to understand that this is our sparkling wine designation that can also bring together other groups and other players from other designations in the area that would like something more territory specific.
So it may happen, just the last question, it may happen in the future that one producer from Penedès will produce as well Cava and Clàssic Penedès?
No. That's one thing that definitely wouldn't be on the books, mainly because the rules and regulations from Cava do not allow it anyway. And I think vice versa. You cannot create Clàssic and you cannot make Cava at the same time. You either make one or the other, unless you have, if you are under a label, and then you have different companies making these different, which is a company strategic move anyway. That's something completely different that they want on their portfolio, different designations of origin. But no, a winery from Clàssic Penedès couldn't make Cava, as a winery from Cava could not make Clàssic. What it does do is it will enable, and I think it will make it easier for other brands, associations to come into Clàssic, because, as I said, because it's territory specific. So, okay.
Okay.
If there's any questions, I will try my hardest to answer them.
Okay, not by now. I can see it. I think you made it perfectly clear, Andrew.
Crystal.
But
Thank
stay
you.
with us, please, if you have time. And well, let's start the tasting.
Let's go.
Let's go. So the first winery, guys. First winery is Colette Viticultures. It's always difficult to pronounce it. Yes. And Irene and Sergio. Right. Sergio, perhaps. Sergio, right? Good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Poland. Hello, everybody. We are in Penedès. We are in Colette. We want to tell you a few details of the winery, and then we start with the tasting. We will start with traditional, so you can start putting the wine in your glass. And while we tell you a little brief of who we are very small family winery, 20 hectares all in all. We are in Penedès, of course. Our land is called Sant Martí Sarroca and Pacs del Penedès. Is a small area. We are having very nice orientation, northeast faced the vineyard, so we are having a very good conditions to make special good quality sparkling wine. This is why we focus it 100% in a sparkling wine. We are very small winery, and you have to understand that we control the process, as Andrew told you. We are having our own vineyards, growing the grapes, making the harvest by ourselves. We are all in all 6 people, all the project, no more along the year. You can see the pictures. It's farmer house. We are farmers since 1783. And to have a shot of ourselves, we are 100% organics and 100% reserva and 100% our own vineyards and 100% vintage. And we show you in all our bottles, as everybody in Clàssic Penedès, the vintage, the engorgement date, so you can feel when you are in a table taking a glass of Colette, you can feel the calendar of our job. So it's very clear winery, it's very clear family and clear wines, easy to understand. Let's start with the tasting if you want to enjoy a little bit. I think they think we will start. Okay, we start with Patua maybe. Okay. Yeah. For the Patua, I show you the front label, okay, and I show you the back label, so you can feel here in the bottle you can feel the vintage, you can see the engorgement date and everything, okay. Well, Patua is 2019, the vintage, and it's Muscat mainly with a little Gewürztraminer. Our plan in the future is having 100% Muscat, because for us the Muscat is a very well representative of Mediterranean essence. For us, the Muscat is something very ours. So we wanted to make a very dry and elegant wine, balanced with very, very small bubble. For us, the bubble is an obsession. You will feel when you taste. The color is given for the Muscat, the little Gewürztraminer we have. It's 10% Gewürztraminer in 90% Muscat, and we can feel a little
roses,
flowers, maybe more than fruit for this one, right? Yeah, it's the kind of small Mediterranean flowers also for the rose, but more
white flowers.
Yeah, more about this fragrance on the nose, while we are having very dry wine, so it's not heavy. It's very easy to drink if you want to start tasting. We wanted to show you the traditional and the Batua because you can feel the difference between them. No, Sergi, for okay.
Let me sorry, I just one question. Nice score from Robert Parker and Gia Penin. But is it popular, Gewürztraminer, in the region?
No.
No, we have been in the top of our in near 500 meters altitude. We have a vineyard, a small vineyard, with the Gewürztraminer, but it's we use only 10% in the coupage. No. And in the future, Batua, in the short future, will be 100% Muscat only.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a little height for the land, and also the northeast facet of our vineyards give us a nice difference of temp between day and night. This is maybe 3 grades sometimes, so the matureness of the grape is good in the evening. So the grape keeps the acidity, the fragrance. It's like a capsule. It's very nice close, so we can keep the fragrance, acidity, and that's very, very good conditions for very fresh white still wines or sparkling. Maybe it's not so typical to make these sparklings with these grapes, but since we are making only organic bubbles, we don't make still wines. We wanted to experiment, to taste with these varieties we planted because of this heightness we have, and this is why we did this coupage. But we believe a lot in Muscat, so it's going to be 100% Muscat within.
And our attitude in the winery is not to cook the wine too much. Okay, we have in the glass always we want a good connection with the vineyard, with the terroir, with the grapes, with the variety, with the weather, no? And that's why we don't want a lot of yeast in the taste, no, not brioche. It's not our way. If we have a very good quality grapes, we want to be in the glass.
So it's a clean wine, easy to understand, fragrance, but dryness. It's 2 years aging, and we are talking about 14 euros, a retail price, more or less, in the shop.
14.
Yeah, 14 euros, more or less. PPP, yeah, it depends, of course, each country. In Spain, in the shop, for the public, is this price. And more, the quantity, of course, we are farmers, so it depends on the harvest. But in a good harvest, we can talk about 15,000 bottles per year.
15,000.
Yeah, 15, yes.
And what about the distributor in Poland?
Our distributor, we are just starting with El Catador in Warszawa. And yeah, it was fun because we know several people last fairs and well, last years before COVID, during COVID, after COVID, it has like a marriage along the years. And you could find this with El Catador, who is going to sell also to Salute Bar in Cracovia also soon. But you will need to check for the varieties on the references, maybe such wines in different sales points.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Let's go to the second.
Yeah, let's taste the traditional now because it's 2017 vintage. Yeah, you can see the front label. As you can see, the looking is more conservative, maybe because we wanted to show that even we can make crazy blends sometimes with this fragrance or experiments. For us, our DNA is these more typical grapes from Penedès, the Xarel·lo, the Macabeo, and in the past we had Parellada in this wine, but nowadays it's only Xarel·lo and Macabeo. We are talking about 2 years more aging than the previous one, that's the Batua. Yeah, but even it's still very fresh because we have really a very nice acidity and we don't want to cook, as Sergi told you, the wine. So we don't put a lot of yeast. We try to keep the best connection vineyard with the glass. So normally you can feel the story of the vintage of the rain or not rain or the hot, or it's going to change the little touch of every year's story. That's all. And then we want to express the maximum with the color, with the aromas and everything. For the traditional, we have Xarel·lo and Macabeo. So the taste, you will find it's more about Mediterranean herbs, about Penedès, tasting like fennel, like this kind of count herbs, very balanced. It's very clean, very raw. Again, the bubble, very, very small for us. Super important, the bubble, because if you have a very nice taste, but the bubble is rude, is not well done, you will lose a little bit the story. So taste it, please, and feel it's not short, but it's not heavy. It's an elegant balance. No need a lot of explanation because it's easy to understand. It's the taste of Penedès.
Minerality.
Yeah, minerality. Normally you can feel white fruit, but it's not a tropical or explosive. It's very elegant. This is why probably we sell this more in export or even national market. But for a lot of places or restaurants, which they don't know, maybe the marriage, it's fitting with everything. Maybe more than others.
It's like the jeans in the...
Yeah, like a jeans in your cupboard. No, it's a little bit for any situation. For us, the traditional is the most important because we are talking about 40,000 bottles per year. It's the most part of our vineyards, and we are talking about the same price as Batua, 14 euros, 14 euros in the retail shop.
17.
Yeah, it's 17. So you have to understand that we are putting an effort with this wine for the price and everything because it's longer aging, everything. But for us, it's our DNA.
Okay, thank you. Very elegant. I'm reading the comment. Very elegant and with already very interesting nose and taste. Congrats.
Thank you.
And both wines are imported by El Catador, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, good partner, I believe.
We are 17 export, and we have to say that we work with very nice importers. We are proud of them, and thanks to them, we can reach a little bit everywhere.
And perfect balance, fine fruit acidity body. Yes, fruit acidity body. Thank you.
Yes, we never add acidity. We have natural acidity from the vineyards. That's the strong point in Colette, the vineyards.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Irene and
Thank you.
Yes,
Sergi.
Sergi. Yeah, it's complicated. Thank you very much. Stay with us, please, if there are any more questions in chat. And now is Xavier. And Montpicolis. Xavier, are you with us? Hello? Xavier, press the buttons below my face. Xavier? Yes. Good. Hi. There is two Xavier. Hi.
I'm arrived.
Right. Xavier, the floor is yours. Hello. Nice to see you.
Good afternoon. This here, it's my brother. It's the technical responsible of our winery. And he tell me a little helping for explain our sparklings. Then we started with a little presentation of our winery. Then we are Celler Montpicolis. It's a familiar winery, created around 2011. And we come from 4 generations of vineyard growing. One day we decided with my brother to start the production of wine to keep powerful from the vineyards and become to produce our wine. Then today, currently, we have 25 hectares in growing. And then we collect all these grains for our wine production. We follow 7% of organic agriculture, and we try to minimize the impact of the environment. We follow classic and respectful elaboration for wine to obtain high quality wines and sparkling wines. Our products are in the Penedès, precisely in Classic Penedès brand for the sparkling wines. They have a great personality and reflects the territory and the character of our family. And today we're going to present you two of our sparklings. I think so. The first one is, sorry. We started with Montpicoli's Edición Limitada. This is Sparkling Wife, Classic Penedès Reserve. We did a minimum age of 24 months. And one of the more typical things we done here in all our products is we made a traditional manual disgorging. This is for us to make the products like an artist or like not so much industrial. This here, there is the three varieties of the zone, Macabeu, Xarel·lo Parellada, and we try to do a sparkling wine shows the typical sparkling wine from our zone. And then what can I say more? There is here is a little sugar contains to make more plenty in the mouth. And finally, there is a good acidity and a good alcohol contains around 12 alcohol degree. One moment. I think I saw yet the varieties. Yes, here.
Yeah.
If we can, we can try to taste this wine.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it smells a lot of white fruits with floral background notes, and combined perfectly with aromas with aging and pastry. If you see, it's real clear. It's a little yellow, and the bubble is very fine and with a light chrome. This is, of course, for the long aging. And then for us, when we put in the mouth, we try to make good persistence in the mouth, very unctuous, but at the same time, it's very fresh and good balanced. And finally, the bubble is, for us, it's very, very integrated with the product. And finally, when you finish the taste, for us, we note that there is very, very long mouth with a long persistence. And we try to do a product for the meals, for take from the first course, follow the second course, and finally to end with the desserts, or only to take a cup during afternoon.
Xavier, sorry, but there is a question in chat. How many bottles do you produce of this wine?
For this one, we are, as I said, we are family winery, little one. This one is around 4,000 bottles per year.
4,000. Okay.
More or less, depending the age, because of
Sure.
we are depending the weather, depending the weights. These two products to have presented today is the more specific products, and of course we do another sparkling, it's a symmetric, that is long production, but today we choose this one to present to you.
Okay, and what's the price, the retail price, the winery? If I come to the winery, how much?
We sold the bottle. This product we sold at 14,550 euros per bottle.
15 euros
at winery.
Do you have a distributor in Poland?
No, Now,
No.
today we are we haven't got any distributor in Poland.
Unique, the comments. Unique.
Unique.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
that's a compliment, I believe. Okay, so the second wine, right?
Okay, here it's Montpicolis 30. It's like Montpicolis 30. There is a little joke we have done with our family when we are young. It's this is the name, not for us. It's simply that we say that it's for white wine was 20, for red wine was 40, and then we see the okay. Then if for sparkling will be 30. It's a little joke, and this is the name to explain this little joke. But then we are in front of course, a classic Penedès sparkling winery. Sorry, I take the other one. This is another kind of product. In the last one, we tried to reflect the typical sparkling wine from Penedès, and here with this product, we tried to look for some special with strange combination with product very fruity and a large aging. Then this, I said before, it's to manual disgorging. The varieties here, which blended with different kind of varieties. The most of them as typical varieties of our zone: Xarel·lo, Macabeu, Parellada, and there is a little part of Malvasia de Sitges and Sauvignon Blanc. These two last kind of grapes we give us very a lot of aroma, a lot of fruity, of fruits, of some tropical notes. But here we keep it in the bottle minimum 60 months. And finally, we get a good combination with these flavors and aromas of fruity, of tropical, of flowers, and combine it with high flavors and aromas from the yeast, from pastry or brioche. And this product is more designed to take a cup in before the lunch, or to take the cup in the afternoon. It's more to take or in some party at night. I don't know, but two, it's for combine two with the desert. If we see the bottle, we see that the wine. It's of course a fine bubble, unlike Crown as the other one. It's a large aging. And when you take it in the mouth, or sorry, in the nose, we find a lot of fruity, tropical notes, but of course, with the aging, when you know to this kind of flavors like pastry, and the mouth, it's very persistent, very creamy, and really feel a lot of sensation in the mouth with different ways. It's very acidity, it's good, full all the mouth, it's very cream, but when you finish the taste, it's the same as the other one. The wine keep it in the mouth with a few seconds, and really there is a product very, very complexity. And for us, is one of the best products of our winery. Of course, then here it's a special product, and I hope you find a very, very good taste of this product.
Right, Xavier, let me read you some comments. Great label of the second wine, and great quality in the bottle. Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent wine. Very original Love it.
Hey, thank you.
Well, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yes, perfect. We can drink it every day. Well, good. Well, means, yeah, they like it. Right. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. We have to speed up a little bit, otherwise Laia Roig will be unhappy. Let's move to the next seller. Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Stay with us.
Thank you.
Yes,
Bye.
price is
Price. Yes, we produce of this product is a little production. This is around 1,500 bottles per year, and the price was around 18 euros per bottle. At
18
winery.
euros. Right. Yes. Thank you, Wine Trip. Thank you for, yes, this is Wine Trip asking for the price. Good. Thank you. Thank you, guys, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And
Bye.
now this is Joaquin. And the wine Marta, Torre del Veguer. I hope I say it correctly. Torre del Veguer. And Marta. Joaquin, are you with us? Yes. Hi. The microphone, we can't hear you. Yes.
Okay, now?
Now it's fine. So,
Okay.
good evening, good afternoon.
Good evening to everybody. My name is Joaquin from Torre del Veguer Winery. We are a family-run winery located in Sant Pere de Ribes, which is the coastal part of Penedès, in our sub-regions between Massís del Garraf and Marina del Garraf. We are a winery with a lot of history in our since 1359. It was the first stone was placed in this time. Afterwards, we were a monastery in the 15th century, and my family comes in the history since 1878. I don't know if you can hear me. Is it okay? Because I'm not. I'm sure.
Fine. It's
Okay.
all fine. No worries.
Okay. Then important to say that we are like vignerons with our 100% comes out from our own vineyards that are surrounding the winery, and they are organic, and also we vinify only our own wines. We don't vinify for others, and we don't vinify outside the winery. So everything 100% from the vineyards to the consumer. As well, we are organic since 2010. We started with this philosophy in 2010 because we thought to contribute a little bit to the reduce the climate change and also, well, in this case, to help the planet. We don't have more planet than the Earth, so this is our own little sand points, but also we are producing clean wines. We don't like to put additives or sugar in our wines, so we use as minimum sulfates as possible. So also clean in this concept of clean wines, as Sergi said, though, that the terroir expresses, and we don't like to interfere a lot to make a lot of chemistry in the winery. So it is the terroir and the vineyards that have to express in the bottle. Also, we are in the quality. We are only thinking in making better wines and how to make them with more quality, they last longer. We make wines thinking in the future, in 5 years, 10 years, and also to say that we produce 90% still wines and 10% it's sparkling. So we are more specialist in wines, although we make 1 or 2 sparkling wines and that we are going to present in a few minutes. Also to say that we are in the group of Clàssic Penedès, that we are very happy to be with this in this group, because we all have more or less the same philosophy, our family-run wineries, and we are also going for the quality, not for the price and the volumes, and so we are focusing the quality, hotel restaurants, and not in the big volumes of big chains or in the prices. So then we should start with the wine. We can serve it if you have not done before. It is called Marta 2010. Marta 2010. The name is in honor to my mother, who was the people of the family, the person of the family who make more for Torre del Veguer, and he revolutionized the winery, and it is in honor to her. We are just following her work.
Sorry, this is 2020, Marta.
2020, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yes.
So it is 8 months of aging before the gorge. It's Muscat 100%, Muscat de Grano Menudo, the Gran Petit. And as we have been discussing recently in Clàssic Penedès, Muscat is a very potent grape variety, and it can in the future it will be only 100% or nothing. So when you put in a wine 10-20% of Muscat, then you can feel it. So it will have to be 100% or not Muscat. As well as the philosophy of Clàssic Penedès is organic. It has the degorging date in the label. Also, in this case, is Brut Nature and vintage 2020. As I said before, it was a very good vintage with the seasons coming back, with the summer also. Well, it was going to be very good vintage, but at the end, in some parts of Penedès, we experimented a lot of mildew in some vineyards. In this case, it didn't affect to us for this grape variety, but and well, as we can taste it. Although being 2020, it has a fine bubble. Also, it has these aromas of fruit and also balsamic aromas such as eucalyptus, and also this part of menthol, and so it is a very good combination between the fruit and the aging. And this complexity as well. That gives this aging in the bottle. It is a wine that can be for all time consumption, not only in the meals, but also in the afternoon or before lunch. So a lot of pairings, moments to consumption.
Okay, we have the first comment. Great that you have the eco certificate. So
as well is manually disgorged as Montpicolis, and the price per bottle in the winery is 22 euros.
22 euros.
Number of bottles produced 10,000, and we don't have a partner in Poland at this moment.
Right. Marta should be a very popular. It's a feminine name, Marta, or what does it mean in Spanish?
Yes, the name of my mother is.
This is the name of your mother.
Very popular name here in Catalonia as well.
Okay, good.
In Poland as well. Yes. No.
Well, we have.
Yeah.
Poland, the same. Yeah, Marta. Martyna. Yes. Good. Perfect. No partner in Poland by now, and 10,000 bottles, 22 euro. Okay. Thank you very much, Joaquin.
You're welcome.
And stay with us if there's any comments in chat to answer to. Right. Thank you. And now this is David Navarro and Aymar. You already know David. Hi, David. Hello.
Hello.
Good
People from
afternoon.
Poland. Nice to meet you online. Well, I would like to introduce you Aymar Winery. We have been wine growers for several generations. Actually, Aymar is the family's surname. And now the current generation decided to start a project to develop our own wines and sparkling wines. We are located in Castellví de la Marca at the Upper Penedès. As you can see here, you see the winery and our vineyards. The vineyard that is in front is where the rosé, sparkling rosé that we are going to taste later comes from. It's 100% Grenache. We will talk later when we taste the wine, the sparkling wine. We have 60 hectares of own vineyards with indigenous varieties typical of the region, Xarel·lo and the red Xarel·lo. It's a quite original grape. And all of them are worked in an organic and sustainable way, as the Clàssic Penedès requires. And our goal is to produce wines respecting the environment and, of course, healthy. Regarding the sparkling wines, we are following all the Clàssic Penedès rules. And as a remarkable fact, for us, I think it's very important that all the bottles have the date of disgorging, that we do this process, the process and the request. So we want that our clients receive the product fresh, and that helps to get this. And for us, I think it's very, very important. We also produce some still wines, monovarietals of Xarel·lo and red Xarel·lo, as I told you before. Variety, the red Xarel·lo is a variety that we recovered last year, and just a few wineries from Penedès have this grape. If we go direct to here you can see some images of our vineyard, the shop with some of our products there, showing the products. And I think that the best is go to the taste of the products. If I think it will be better. Here it is. We have the rosé, our Aymar rosé. This vintage is 2019. Is extra brut reserva. It's 22 months aging over lease, and it comes from a unique vineyard, as I showed you before, that is in front of our vineyard. It's 100% Grenache. It's quite unusual to find this sort of product in our region. This wine was named the best rosé sparkling wine in 2020 in 1 hour, the Binari hours, got the gold medal. And this year has been also awarded by Decanter with bronze medal and 87 points. Yeah, we are quite happy with this because it means that we are doing well. If you are already tasting this rosé sparkling, you will see that the bubble is a very elegant wine. With the bubble is very small and is very creamy and fresh. Yeah? And you can get it at any time, because you can get it for lunch, before lunch, and and as after lunch too, you can identify that has a very long aftertaste after you taste it, and after you have a long aftertaste that stay with you. That I always think that is nice to enjoy the, not just drink the wine and that's it. No, if it keeps in the mouth, is more tasty, and one of the reasons to enjoy a wine and a sparkling wine. And of this wine, we are producing 10,000 bottles.
10,000.
Yeah, 10,000
Right.
bottles. The price, the retail price in Spain is 12 euros.
12. Mm-hmm.
And now
Right.
we don't have anyone in Poland yet, but I hope that after this presentation, people will
Yeah.
like to taste it and to buy it. Okay,
Okay, and you also
tell me.
You also have the certificate, right?
Yeah, sure. We are organic certificate 100%, no? Because this is a classic Penedès recommendation and part of the rules, no? And we follow the rules. Yeah, all our winery is organic, 100% organic.
So the first question coming is, what dish would you recommend with this wine?
Well, you can have both fish and also meats, and you can have it with pasta. We can have, it's quite versatile. This wine, you can taste it with many different. Also, it's very nice as an appetizer before lunch. Because it opens, then you spend more money because it opens a lot your appetite, and then you eat more. No? But it's a very nice product.
Mm-hmm. Can you store this wine for a longer time?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, now we are in 2019 because it has been quite successful, especially in 2020 when we received the gold medal. And we had to launch before that we expected the last vintages, because last year we were in 2017, so we moved in 1 year. We moved to vintages.
Right. Okay, great, thank you. And
okay,
so the second wine is very unique. It's totally different.
A very original product. Well, it says 2016, but now we are already putting 2017. This is a very original product. We use our Pure Nature. That if someone from Poland was in the last presentation from wines from Penedès, we introduced our Pure Nature. Is 30 months age. So it's quite long, and the particularity we are doing with this ice is that the liquor expedition that we put at the end, we are adding some herbs that gets an idea of vermouth or something like this. The good thing is that it comes as an excellent appetizer, and we propose also an original way of tasting, that is with a wine glass with ice and with a peel of orange, and it's really tasty. And also, as you can see, the image of the bottle is very original, and we accompany this with a nice bucket, also with the image of the bottle. This product we are selling here. We are producing around 20,000 bottles per year, and the price, the retail price in Spain is 13 euros. And I'm sure that when you, after tasting, I'm sure you will be interested in buying it.
Well, this is really original, and having ice in the glass. This is something pretty new, right?
Yeah.
Quite new.
No, but when you taste it, you enjoy it.
Right. Okay. Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
you.
What
A
do
pleasure.
you think, guys? Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. Thank you. And now, this is Eva and Mas Bertrand. Hello, Eva.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Okay. I'm Eva. And I'm the winemaker of Mas Bertrand. Okay. And I want to explain a little bit what is Mas Bertrand. Mas Bertrand is a small family winery that started its project in 2005. We are situated in the town of Sant Martí Sarroca in the Alt Penedès region, part of the Penedès, of course, very near of Colet viticultors, the first ones. In Mas Bertrand, we make sparkling wines, Clàssic Penedès, and as well as still wines. We use native varieties from this area as Xarel·lo, Macabeu, Emparellada, as white grapes, and as red grapes, we use the Sumoy. Okay, Sumoy is a red grape native to this area that was a few years ago, it was very new of extinction. And then actually there are some wineries that we are recovered. Okay. Since 2017, we are certificated organic. Okay, our Clàssic Penedès with the vintage 2017 and more are certified organic. Okay, and the harvest before are in conversion. Our philosophy is to take care of the land to get the best product and let the vineyard express itself with the minimum intervention, but taking advantage of current technology. Okay, use the actual technology, but don't lose the traditional information. Okay. In Mas Bertrand, the grapes are manually harvested and their ripening point in small boxes of 55 kilos. Once in the cellar, the grapes were refrigerated until the next day that we make the selection process. Okay, this process, the grapes are destemmed and passed through the sorting table, and we select manually the good ones. Okay, before going into the press. Today, I will present two of our Clàssics Penedès. The first one is Balma 2060 Brut Nature Reserve. Okay. First of all, explain a little the name. The name Balma comes from a little deep cavity in a rock face where the light enters. In Sant Martí Sarroca, our town, we have a Romanesque castle and church from where we can see several balmas. Okay, this Clàssic Penedès has a blend of Xarel·lo 50%, Macabeu 40%, Emparellada 10%, the rest. This Clàssic Penedès, it was bottled in February of 2017 and is disgorged in April 2022. So this sparkling wine has 4 years of aging on its lees, 50 months for more exactly. Okay, and the vintage, the 2016, was very dry one with 25 or between 25 and 30% of production minor, less production than the year before. Okay. But this was a good thing for very good vintage because we have no diseases. Okay, and here I have the bottle. This is the label, the front of the label, and I don't know if the same. In the label, we must put the harvest, the date of disgorging. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very
I have a cup of glass of the Balmo. You can see this is a yellow pale.
an interesting third nose, as I'm already after a step further.
Is intense aromatic. Okay, clean and intense aromatic. This wine, it's a lot of time inside the bottle. Okay, and we find a mature fruit and the aging with the aging, mature fruit compoted, a little compoted. Fruits like pear, peach, for example, maybe some tropical fruits, something like that. The taste? The taste uses a very dry. It's a very dry with a little bitter at the ends. But it's good balance, well structured, and fine bubbles, very small bubbles, and with a part of citric that it's good for pass the wine. This wine is fresh, and we note a long aftertaste. Okay. This Clàssic Penedès Balma is recommended for the food pairing. Is very good for a lot of things. For snacks, for appetizers, for rice, fish, roasted chicken, white meats, for example.
Okay. Do you have a distributor in Poland?
No, we don't have any important in Poland yet.
You don't have, yes? Because I can't hear you.
We don't have. From this product, we produce about 40,000 bottles. Okay, and the price is €970.
The retail price at the winery, right?
Yeah.
The retail price, the winery, yeah. And some
people
questions.
ask some questions because of exotic fruit could be paired with Asian food. I think so. With curry, yes. I think it's a good. It's good because the bubbles, the acidity, and this talk of exotic fruit could be good for us. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so no distributor, right? Because I didn't hear.
No distributor. We loved to find one.
40,000 bottles, €9.7 per bottle price.
Correct. Perfect.
Okay, and the second one is...
And the second one is La Grava. This is the label. This label is amazing with the little. These points is the little stones. The name of the La Grava is the name of the vineyard. A vineyard that planted by grandfather of the family in 1951. And this vineyard which is made up of a half Xarel·lo vines and a half Macabeu. You listen me, okay? Do you listen me, okay?
Yes, we do.
I don't put my earphones, and I don't know if it's better we put them.
Perhaps I stay online with you. Okay, so everything is fine.
Okay.
Amazing label, and yes, it's okay. So everything goes well. Yes, the comments. Okay. I'm reading the comments. No worries. Okay.
And the label, in this case, in the label, a part of the harvest and the disgorging date, we put the number of the bottle, because this product is, we produce about 5,000-6,000 bottles per year, and we numerate the bottles. The blend of this product that I say is 50% of Xarel·lo and 50% of Macabeu as the vineyard, okay? It's the same as the vineyard. And this product, it was bottled in January of 2014, and the disgorging is in May of 2022, okay? So this sparkling wine has been aged on its list for 8 years, more exactly 100 months, okay? It's a long aging sparkling wine with long aging. Okay, in the harvest of 2013 vintage, we had a cool summer. We have had a cool summer with not very high temperature, which allowed for a slow and cool ripening. This good for make a long aging products. Okay, we achieve a little more acidity, and this is good to conserve the product. Okay, I have a couple of this wine here. At this case is a little darker than the other one because the aging. It's clean with candied fruit smells, with pastry and with lit toast. Notes with toasty, candied fruit. Okay, in the mouth, appear again the candied fruit and the toast and the crispy bubbles, but very, very small bubbles. This is persistent and long. The food pairing of this one is for a baked fish, roasted, white meat, cannelloni, with cuisine more elaborate. Okay, a little more elaborate.
Yeah, this one could pair beautifully with clams. Yes,
Yeah.
clams.
What is
Małże, Yolanda, małże, good.
Okay.
Yeah, the fruits, the seafood, right? And thank you. And what's
I
the
think
price?
the bottles are between 5,000 and 6,000 a year, and the price is 13.90 euros.
13.90 euros, right? Okay. Yeah. What do you think, guys, about this wine? So 100 months, right? Aging. 100 months.
A bit time, a bit long.
Yeah. Good. Perfect. Yeah, I can't see the comments coming. Too many bubbles, perhaps. It's not a comment, it's just a remark.
Okay.
Oh, anybody?
If there is any question, you can make now or another day. We are in contact.
We love this one. We love this one.
Thank you very much.
Comment. Yeah. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eva. And well, stay. There's some other comment coming.
Okay. Have a good afternoon.
This is called writing. Something.
80 Roca. 80 Roca.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Stay with
Thank
us.
you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Ate Roca, yes. Agusti Torello. Yes. Well, this is very complicated language. and Lali. Yes, Lali. Lali, please join us. So this is not Lali alone. This is Lali with her the microphone. We can't hear you.
Okay.
Now.
Yes. Perfect. So, is it our turn? We are the last ones. So we will close. First, thanking you for your assistance. Thanking Andrew. He has made a very clear explanation about what is Clàssic Penedès, locating our Penedès region. We are a familiar company. Proof of that is that I am here with my nephew. He's one of the best enologists.
Just Lali, sorry, just one remark.
Yes.
Guys, we are tasting the second wine first and try to guess the first wine second. Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Good. So the floor is yours and go on, please.
Okay, the introduction and the pairing and the explanation of the wines will be in charge from my nephew Agustí Torelló. So you pronounce it very well. We are enthusiastic about sparkling wines and enthusiastic of Penedès. So that's why we are producing this Penedès, Clàssic Penedès, that Agustí will explain you now. Huh?
Yeah, so let's begin with rosé.
Rosé, yes.
Okay. So for us, our philosophy always is to keep the real character of our place. Finally, we understand that we can tell and explain a lot of histories behind our glasses. So we can be seated in a table and tasting authentic wines around the world, traveling with the glasses. So for us, the most important is to keep the identity and the philosophy that we practice with our wines. So we only work with indigenous grapes. We are located in, as Andrew told very well, Penedès is this kind of big valley open to the sea. So we are in the north area from the littoral mountains. So we are very close to the sea, but watching inside the valley. For us, the idea of our sparkling wines always is to keep the character of these calcareous soils. And for us, the unique way to produce a wine with soul, with identity, is when you can work with the indigenous grapes. So we only work with indigenous grapes from Penedès. Everything is organic. So this is the idea. So let's begin with rosé. Rosé, this is the Rosé Reserva. Okay, for us the idea here is to search the fineness, the identity, the purity. Always we want to keep these calcareous flavors always in mouth, searching the acidity. And this is a blend, 50% Macabeo, 50% red Grenache. For us, this is a kind of a puzzle, a mosaic, where we try to keep the identity of our place, of this north area from the littoral mountains. Is a blend in total of 10 different plots. And for us here with the red Grenache, we do a short maceration, and then with the Macabeo is a direct press. So we blend, we do the blend with the mast. Okay, so it's a co-fermentation, and it's a 20 months minimum aging in contact with the yeast, and it's brut nature. For us, we only produce brut nature. We don't do any dosage, because we believe that is a way to show the potential and the identity of our place.
And rosé, for example, and rosé, and the next one that we will taste, we always look for the pureness of our grapes in our soils. So they are usually very fresh, clean, sparkling wines. They show the identity. In this case, we will have the notes of the red Grenache.
Yeah, and searching always the balance. We search a very fresh red fruit in balance with this kind of white fruit, apple, pear. But always searching the balance. For us, are wines that are very something is a kind of easy to drink. But the idea is
complex, long, complex, fruity,
carbonic
nice,
well integrate.
Yeah, well combined, easy and nice and fresh. and clean, very clean. This is what we look for, and especially very nice acidity, which is what gives the freshness and the aliveness of our wines.
Yeah, finally it's the skeleton, no, for us. Yeah, we are in a place, no, where this north exposition allows us to protect better the natural acidity and the freshness, no, and this allows us to age for a long time our sparkling wine. So our two reservas, our minimum aging time is around 2 years, no, because we believe is the way to get more complexity and a wine with more balance, no.
Yeah, without losing the fruit, the freshness
Yeah.
of the fruit. Right. So the pairing is quite easy because it's long, but it's not super powerful in order to cover the flavor of the food. And I think it's very suitable for any type of cuisines, like in Polish or Catalan or Spanish, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I think we don't want to extend ourselves too much.
Do you have any question or something?
Okay. Let me ask you the sacramental questions about
Pairing.
somebody's writing something, but tell me the price and the total production, right?
Yes, total
Yeah.
production is around 80,000 bottles, and the
18.
price 80,000.
80. Okay.
Yeah, we are a small firm, but with a nice volume. Yes, but we
Good.
control everything, just the size to control every step of the production.
All right. And the
And
price,
the
the retail
price-
price?
The retail price is around 16 euros. Is it?
Yeah.
60 euros. Right. Very fruity and nice aroma. Yeah, that's the comment coming.
Yeah, and always you can feel this kind of salinity in mouth, no?
Yes.
That is very characteristic from our place. Is something that sometimes, no, when you analyze, no, the world of wine, you realize that sometimes the best areas, no, for sparkling wines sometimes are not in the Mediterranean area, no. In Penedès, for our climatology and the kind of soils, we can keep the natural acidity, no? And when you mix the natural acidity with this kind of salinity, it believes, no, that is the wine give you this kind of freshness and deepness, no, in mouth. That this is what we search always, no. Our viticulture is focused with the natural acidity and to preserve, no, the primary flavors, no, in all of our sparkling wines.
Let's go for the Brut Reserva.
Right. The second wine.
Yeah, and the second wine for us, our Reserva, is the wine that maybe allows us to explain how we understand, no, our place. So is a representation, no, of the two most important grapes that we have, Xarel·lo and Macabeu, and we have only one plot of Parellada. For us, the most important is to keep, no, this tradition. So always the blend is around 65% is Macabeu, 35% is 60% is Macabeu, 35% is Xarel·lo, and then 5% is Parellada. No, the same philosophy always is the idea to keep, no, and to show the potential of our grapes, searching always the freshness, the balance, no, is a minimum of 24 months aging in contact with the yeast, Brut Nature, and that's all. For us is a very easy product to explain, no, because finally we always search the potential, no, of our place, and for us this is our representation, no, how we understand our landscape, no. So it's very clear. It's a blend of different plots, no, that allows us to show, no, the place, the landscape, and these calcareous soils again.
And the typicity, because here we have the really what we believe are the three indigenous varieties of grapes. So this is Macabeu, Xarel·lo, and Parellada from old vineyards, fermented and aged in order to obtain a very fine, easy to drink, completely dry, nice acidity, and well-balanced sparkling wine. So this is what we think that the vines or the indigenous varieties can do together. in a bottle.
Mhm.
As you see, it's long. Also, the bubbles are very well combined with the wine.
Yeah, you have
nice.
these autolysis flavors, no, in
Yeah.
nose, but without losing, no, the freshness that for us is very important, eh? And that's all. Finally, our philosophy is this, no, working with this kind of minimum intervention, trying to protect, no, the origin.
Mm.
And it was. La pensaba que la gente no lo nota.
Right. Okay. Tell me, do you have a distributor in Poland?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Right. And what is the production of this one?
This is 125,000 bottles.
125,000. And the price, the retail price?
14.
14. Yeah.
It's always reasonable prices. Eh?
Yeah. Amazing combination. Congratulations. And great
Dziękuję.
balance.
Dziękuję. Eh?
Dziękuję. Well. Great. Your Polish is much better than my Catalan. Anyway, thank you very much. And great ambassadors of local varieties.
Varieties,
Yes,
yeah.
you are.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for your attention.
Thank you very much. This was the last wine, guys. And now Andrew Ashurst to conclude. Andrew, are you with us? You have to press the button. Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
gotcha. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Agostí, you okay? Right, just let me just say something, because I think all of the 11 wines have a topic or a theme in common, and that is the wines from the Penedès. Well, they have a couple of things in common. Quality is usually extremely high. Price relationship with the quality is superb. I think it's a pure winner. If you have Clàssic Penedès on a bottle, you know exactly what you're going to get. And I think another final point that every single winery has talked about, and that is its capability of being extremely gastronomic. And that's because of one factor, or a couple of factors, but the main factor is because where other sparkling wines from other regions depend on acidity or sugar, here we can obviously play with sugar because we have Brut Natur, we have Brut, we have Extra Brut, we have all the different names with the sugar dosage, etc. We have the acidity because where we're situated, but we have another small thing that nobody or not many wine regions have, and that is from the autochthonous varieties, we have a slight touch of bitterness, which brings in another component into matching. And also autolysis. The 18 months minimum also enables us to match our sparkling wines extremely well with gastronomy. So just, I think there may be some sommeliers in the house, and just really take that into consideration when we're talking about sparkling wines from Penedès. And because of the varieties, we have an extra layer of complexity when we go with gastronomy and food pairing. Okay, so if anyone from the Clàssic Penedès want to say that I said that incorrectly, you can, but I think it's okay. But I think you've got very good wines at extremely good prices. Okay, so Peter,
Yes. Thank you.
That's just my conclusions, but I think everyone's enjoyed the wines, which is amazing, and brilliant.
Outstanding wines. Thank you very much. Thank you for very interesting presentation. Thank you all winemakers, super wines. So well, thank you very much. Well, the comments coming and new comments. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Lali and Agusti Torello. Yes, and well, I'm improving, my Catalan. Good. And well, that's it, guys. This was the last before the holidays, last seminar, and be good during the holidays and don't drink too much. Don't drink too much. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
See you later.
Have a good summer.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.